Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. And these two theorems. Thevenin's theorem just like is a practical voltage source. Norton's theorem just looking like a practical current source. Okay, Thevenin's in this circuit, Thevenin's circuit same as practical voltage source. Okay, Thevenin's circuit looks like a practical voltage source. You know, voltage source, voltage source, practical voltage source is series with one resistor. Na? In practical current source in parallel with the one resistor. Okay, same here also. Thevenin's theorem same as a practical voltage source. Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Thevenin's equivalent circuit is same as practical voltage source, and Norton's equivalent circuit same as practical current source. Okay, that means voltage source in series with one resistor here in Thevenin's theorem, and Norton's theorem current source in parallel with one resistor. Okay, so by using Thevenin's theorem or Norton's theorem, so we have to find the current flowing through the load. Okay, easily by using Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem. Current flowing through the load can be easily found by using Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. Then coming to the statement of Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem. All of you try to concentrate this. So here there are three concepts are required. For Thevenin's theorem, two concepts, and Norton's theorem, there are two concepts are there. For Thevenin's theorem, so we have to find the one voltage source that is called voltage across the load, that is called VTH. So VTH is nothing but magnitude of voltage source. It is voltage across the load terminal. This is the voltage across the load terminal VTH. And RTH is called internal resistance of the sources. Internal resistance of the source. That is called equivalent resistance seen by the load. Equivalent resistance seen by the load is called RTH. Understood? And then coming to the Norton's circuit, and Norton's current is called magnitude of current source. This is called Norton's IN is called Norton's current, VTH called Thevenin's voltage, RTH is called Thevenin's resistance, and RN is called Norton's resistance and Norton's resistance. Understood? Internal resistance of the current sources. Here internal resistance of the sources. RTH, internal resistance of the sources. Internal resistance of the current source. Okay. So by using circuit diagram, you can easily understand this kind of technique of Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem. Okay. This is called a simple DC circuit. Okay. The V1, R1, so R2. These are the different type of resistors. Okay. This is called a simple DC circuit. Okay. So this complete DC circuit, this is one of the circuit. It's connected to the load here, A and B, across A and B terminals. One load is connected like this. These are the two switches. By closing the A and B switches, the load is connected. Okay, the load is connected by closing the switches A and B. Understand? The load is connected by closing the two switches A and B. Okay, so here mesh current method needs three equations to be solved. By using mesh analysis, year one mesh, three meshes. By using mesh analysis, it is find the currents. We need required three equations, and node voltage method requires two equations to be solved. Node voltage method, here node voltage, here node voltage. Two equations we will get. Okay. By using node analysis, we will get two equations. By using mesh analysis, we will get three equations. By using superposition method requires complete solution through through the load resistance RL by considering each independent source at a time and replacing other sources by their internal source resistance. You know, well, by replacing the internal resistance of the voltage source is 0, that means by short circuiting this, okay, and we have to find the load current, and again by short circuiting this and activating this, we have to find the load current. Okay, this redraw the circuits two times. Here two voltage sources. Okay, suppose if the load resistance RL is changed to the and then changed, then the three mesh current method or two equations and node voltage method need to be solved again to find the new current RL. Understood? If you want to change it, for example, for first the load resistor is changing 2 ohms by this called one rheostat. If it is rheostat, if it is one position, for example 2 ohms, for that case we have to find three equations by using mesh analysis and two equations by using node analysis. Similarly, by changing the by if you by changing means if you are position the load resistor one more place, that is means at 10 ohms. Again, we have to find three mesh equations and three node equations. Understood? By changing the if the load resistor is changes, the mesh equations also change. Understood? If the load resistance RL is changed, then three mesh current method, in this mesh current method, mesh analysis, or two equations in node analysis method need to be solved again by finding the new current in RL. Understood? If the resistance is changing, it is required mesh analysis, three equations are required and two equations in node analysis. Understood? Similarly, in case of superposition theorem, each time the load resistance RL is changed and the entire circuit has to be analyzed all over again. Understand? If the load resistance changes, again we have to same procedure, apply superposition theorem, and by activating this source and deactivating this source, find the current, and by activating this source and deactivating this source, find the current. So this much of procedure is required to find the current flowing through the load resistance. If load resistance changes, if the load resistance changes, okay, so the mesh equations are changing. That's why again mesh equations are new mesh equations are required to find the current flowing through the load resistor. Similarly, if the load resistance changes, if the load resistance changes, again no new nodal equations are required. Here V1 and V2. Okay, if load resistance changes, new equations are required to find the current flowing to the load. No? So that is the problem by using nodal analysis and mesh analysis. If the load changes, the equations are changing. Okay. In case of superposition theorem, each time the load resistance RL is changed, the entire circuit has to be changed, analyzed again, all over again. So much of tedious mathematical work can be avoided if fixed part of the circuit. So this color by making this circuit as fixed part. Okay, fixed part of the circuit, or in other words, the circuit is contained inside the imaginary fence or black box with two terminals A and B, is replaced by a simple voltage source or current source. Am I right? Simple voltage source. This complete network is replaced by a simple voltage source and one resistor. Simple voltage source, one resistor, and otherwise simple current source, one resistor. So these R1, R2, R3, R4 all are represented by one resistor. That is for Thevenin's theorem, according to the Thevenin's theorem, that equivalent resistance is nothing but RTH. Similarly, according to the Norton's theorem, the equivalent resistance is nothing but RN, Norton's resistance. Okay. Now, according to the Thevenin's theorem, the single voltage source is called VTH. Okay. And according to the Norton's theorem, that single current source is called Norton's current. Okay. This complete network can be represented by a single source and only one resistor, and is connected in series with the load. Understood? Understood? So what is the problem facing in the mesh analysis and nodal analysis and superposition theorem? So in mesh analysis, by changing the load, if the load changes, 3 equations are required. If the load changes, again 3 new equations are required to find the current flowing through the load. Okay, that is the problem. If the load changes and equations also change. In node analysis also, here V1 and V2. If the load changes, two new equations are required. And again, if the load changes, again 2 new equations are required to find the current flowing through the load. Understood? So every time the equations are changing. If the load is changes, okay, to find the current flowing through the load, so the equations are again changes. So again and again, so we need to find the equations and the superposition theorem also. According to the superposition theorem, the load changes, to find the load current, activating the source and deactivating the source, and find the current and deactivating the source and deactivating the source, and find the current, and then resultant current is called I1 plus I2. Okay. If the load changes, again activating, deactivating, and deactivating, activating. So this much of procedure is required and mesh analysis and nodal analysis and superposition theorem. So that complexity can be avoided by using one this Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. So only one source is connected. This complete source is represented by a single voltage source and one resistor. Okay. According to the Thevenin's theorem, so only one voltage source connected in series and one current source connected in parallel resistance, one resistor. Okay, that is the advantage of Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. Okay, so the term complete circuit is represented by this complete circuit. Okay, this black box is complete circuit is represented by a single voltage source in series with the resistor, that is called practical voltage source. This is called Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, so generally it's called Thevenin's equivalent circuit. This is called VTH and RTH. Okay, that complete black box circuit can be represented, converted into a like this manner. So VTH and RTH and connected to the load. Okay, this color looks like a practical voltage source. No? So voltage source connected in series with a resistor. That's called VTH and RTH. Okay, equivalent circuit replaced by a simple practical voltage source. No? This is called a Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Remember, VTH voltage source connected in series with one Thevenin's resistance and connected across the load. This is called load resistor. This is called Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And so apply source transformation here. Source transformation. So what is the circuit? The circuit will become like this, no? Okay, source transformation. Apply source transformation on this practical voltage source. Okay, so then it is converted like this. Practical current source. Am I right? Understood. I is equal to V by R. VTH by RTH is nothing but IN, Norton's current. And then it's connected in parallel to the one resistor, that is called Rn. Here Rn, RTH both are same. Rn, Norton's resistance, and RTH, Thevenin's resistance are both are same. So no changes in the resistance value of Thevenin's resistance and Norton's resistance. Okay. So that means here voltage source, this is called Thevenin's equivalent circuit, this is called Norton's equivalent circuit. This is called Norton's equivalent circuit is nothing but dual of Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Dual. Okay. Duality of Norton's equivalent circuit is nothing but Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Otherwise, duality of Thevenin's equivalent circuit is nothing but Norton's equivalent circuit. Dual. Okay. Duality of the Thevenin's theorem is nothing but Norton's theorem. Okay. So this is the statement of Thevenin's theorem. Thevenin's theorem states that, all of it, Thevenin's theorem states that any two output terminals A and B. Okay. So here, any output terminals A and B. So this complete circuit can be represented complete simple DC circuit. This circuit can be represented like this manner. So simple one complicated circuit is converted like this, linear circuit. Complicated linear DC circuits is represented by like this. Okay. So Thevenot's theorem statement, Thevenot's theorem state that any two output terminals A and B as shown in figure like this. Any two output terminals A and B. Okay. Of an active linear network containing independent sources. This is called independent source, not dependent source. Okay, containing independent sources. It includes voltage and current sources. That's clear, understood? Thevenot's theorem states that any two output terminals A and B, so these two A and B, okay, of active linear network containing independent sources. It includes voltage and current source. You know, well, voltage source and current source. Independent sources, okay, includes voltage and current sources can be replaced by a simple voltage source of magnitude VTH in series with the single resistor RTH, where RTH is called equivalent resistance of the network when looking terminals A and B. When looking at the terminals the A and B. Okay. Equivalent resistance between A and B. You know well, star to delta transformation and delta to star transformation. Some cases you are find RAB. So same as here also you have to find RAB. Okay. That is called RTH. The word resistance across the terminals A and B is called RTH. That is called Thevenin's resistance. Understood? Looking from the output terminals A and B with all sources, voltage and current sources are removed and replaced by their internal resistance. Understood? So while finding the Thevenin's resistance, okay. So what you have to do? Voltage sources and current sources replaced by their internal resistances. Understood? Okay. While finding the Thevenin's resistance or Norton's resistance, the voltage sources or current sources are replaced by their internal resistance. You know what is the internal resistance of the voltage source? Internal resistance of the voltage source 0. That means voltage source is short circuited. What is the internal resistance of the current source? Infinity. That's why current source is open circuited. By doing like that, so we have to find the voltage resistance between terminals A and B. Okay, that is called Thevenin's resistance. And the magnitude of VTH is equal to the open circuit voltage across the terminals A and B terminals. Open circuit voltage VTH, that is called Thevenin's voltage, is nothing but open circuit voltage between A and B terminals. Okay, can easily understand by you doing the one problem. Okay, after this theory class. Okay, the proof of Thevenin theorem can be easily understand. Thevenin's theorem easily understand by doing the one example. Okay, so understood. Thevenin's theorem statement. Thevenin's theorem state that any two output terminals A and B, any two output terminals A and B, okay, output terminals in A and B of an active linear network containing independent sources. Independent sources, that is meant voltage sources or current sources. Voltage sources and current sources can be replaced by a simple voltage source of magnitude VTH. Okay, so like this, of magnitude VTH can be replaced by a simple voltage source of magnitude VTH. Understood? And in series with one single resistor, that is called RTH, VTH, and RTH in series with one single resistor, that is RTH. Okay, where RTH is equivalent resistance of the terminal of the network when looking from the output terminals A and B. Okay, here you have to find the equivalent resistance between these two by making voltage sources short circuited, current sources are open circuit. Understood? So what is the VTH Thevenin's voltage? Is nothing but open circuit voltage between A and B terminal. By removing the load, okay. So the voltage across this load is nothing but A and B terminals. This open circuit voltage is nothing but Thevenin's voltage. So this is the Thevenin's theorem statement. Okay. Understood? Here, this Thevenin's theorem is applicable for only linear networks, linear and bilateral networks only, active linear networks. Understood? So for non-linear networks, Thevenin's theorem is not applicable. Okay, that is called diode transistor networks. Understood? So the procedure for applying Thevenin's theorem, to find the load current, this called IL, the current flowing to the load. For example, a load is nothing but fan. Let us assume the load is nothing but fan. So to find the current flowing through this fan, okay, through the load resistance RL, using Thevenin's theorem, the following steps are followed. Okay, the load is nothing but, just assume is a fan or TV or whatever it may be. So to find the current flowing to the this load, this load having some resistance that is denoted by RL is a load resistance. Okay, these following steps are required to find the current flowing to the load resistor by using Thevenin's theorem. All of you try to concentrate. Disconnect the, so here this means, for example, let us assume this is complicated linear DC circuits. Okay, complicated linear DC circuits that is in the form of resistors, voltage source and current source. Okay, so this connected, the fan is or load is connected in between terminals A and B. Okay, so first disconnect the load resistance RL from the circuit indicated, so 8.2 like this. Disconnect this load. First step, what we have to do is disconnect this load resistance. Just disconnect this load resistor, so indicated by, so A and B. That is means, when disconnected means open circuit. Disconnected means it is open circuit. That is called open circuit voltage VTH. This voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage VTH. Understood? Complicated DC circuit. This is called complicated DC circuit. Disconnect the load resistance RL from the circuit. So this load is removed from the circuit, and then the circuit is called open circuit voltage VTH. These load terminals are open circuit. This voltage is also called as open circuit voltage VOC, otherwise VTH. Thevenin's voltage between A and B. Okay, otherwise VOC, open circuit voltage. Understood? So this is called first step. And then second step, calculate the open circuit voltage VTH. Okay, the voltage between A and terminal, calculate the voltage term between VAB. So okay, VAB, that is nothing but VTH, open circuit voltage between A and B. Calculate the open circuit voltage VTH at the load terminals A and B after disconnecting the load resistance. After disconnecting the, this is connected first, and then disconnect, and then find the current, find the voltage between A and B. Okay, after disconnecting the load resistance RL. Okay, in general, one can apply any of the techniques. You know well, mesh analysis, node analysis, superposition theorem, whatever. Apply mesh analysis or node analysis, superposition theorem, and then find the open circuit voltage across this terminals A and B. That voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage or Thevenin's voltage. Understand? That is step 2. First, step 1, disconnect this terminal load, and then find the voltage between these two, voltage across the open circuit terminal by using mesh analysis or node analysis or otherwise superposition theorem. That is step 2. And step 3, redraw the circuit with each practical source replaced by internal resistance. Okay, redraw the circuit with each practical source replaced by internal resistance. Okay, not voltage source should be open circuited. Just to remove with them and replace with plain wire. You know well, voltage source short circuited means, what is the internal resistance of the voltage source? 0. That's why it's short circuited. That means just remove them and replace with plain wire. That is called short circuiting. And current source should be open circuited, just removed. Okay, and then looking these terminals A and B. Okay, this is called complicated DC circuit with all sources are replaced by their internal resistance. Same in, you know well, in superposition theorem. So how to deactivate the one source and voltage source replaced by short circuit? Same here also, voltage source or short circuit, current source or open circuit here, and then find the resistance between these two. Looking backward, okay, into the circuit to find the resistance between load terminals equals to RTH. This resistance is nothing but RTH, the resistance between these two terminals. For example, RAB is nothing but RTH. Okay, and then step 4, look backward into this resulting circuit from the load terminals A and B as suggested by the I. So like this, calculate the resistance that would exist between the load terminals, or equivalently, one can think if the voltage source is applied across the load terminals and then trace the current distribution through the circuit in order to calculate the resistance across the load terminals. Okay. The resistance RTH is described in the statement of Thevenin's theorem. Once again, calculating the resistance by the difficult task, but one can try to use the standard circuit reduction techniques or star to delta or delta to transformation techniques. I think you all are aware of this techniques, star to delta or delta to star transformation techniques, and so simple reduction techniques. Okay, if it is a circuit is having a star to delta and delta to star transformation, star circuits and delta circuits, by using reduction, simple reduction techniques is very difficult. So we use star to delta or delta to star transformation techniques in between this, and find resistance, Thevenin's resistance, and place here in equivalent circuit. Okay, this is called VTH, Thevenin's voltage. This is called Thevenin's resistance, and it is called load terminal. Okay, dash portion of the circuit is equivalently replaced by a practical voltage source. This looks like a practical voltage source. I'm already explained at the time of starting. Okay, this Thevenin's theorem is just like a practical voltage source. Norton's theorem is just like a practical current source. Your voltage source is connected in series with one resistor. Okay, this is called Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, place the RTH in series with the VTH. Place the RTH in series with VTH to form a Thevenin's equivalent circuit, replacing then imaginary fencing portion or fixed part of the circuit with equivalent practical current voltages. It looks like a vertical voltages. Understood? Then finally, reconnect the original load to the Thevenin's voltage circuit as shown in figure here, like this. Reconnect again the load resistor, okay, in between terminals A and B, okay, and connect the load resistance RL and find the current flow into the load resistors. So the IL is equal to VTHD by RTH plus RL. Okay, the current flow into the load is nothing but I is equal to V by R. So VTHD by RTH plus RL. So VL is equal to V is equal to I into RL, IL into RL. So that is nothing but VTHD by RTH plus R into RL, then IL into RL. So power absorbed by the circuit is RL is equal to IL square into RL. Understood? So this is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So this is the steps we have to follow to find the VTH and RTH. So here one remarks are there about this Thevenin's theorem. Okay, one great advantage of Thevenin's theorem over the normal circuit reduction technique or any other techniques in this. Once the Thevenin's equivalent circuit is formed, it can be reduced the calculating the load current IL and the load voltage VL and power PL, different loads using equations. Understood? I'm already explained at the time of starting. So if the load resistance changes, the three mesh analysis, three mesh equations are required for the same circuit. So previous circuit is having three mesh equations. Okay, so this circuit. Okay, this is the one of the greatest advantage of this Thevenin's theorem is if the load resistance changes, we need to find the current flowing to the IL is required three mesh equations. Similarly, two node equations. Otherwise, superposition is also two another equivalent circuits are required. That is the complicated. So, but Thevenin's theorem, by using Thevenin's theorem, it is easy to find the current flowing to the load, even though if the load resistance changes. Understood? One great advantage of the Thevenin's theorem over the normal circuit reduction techniques or any other techniques is in this. Once the Thevenin's equivalent circuit is formed, it can be reused in calculating the load current and load voltage and load power for different loads using equations. Okay, if the load changes, then I is equal to VTH by RTH plus RL. So that's it. Okay, you can easily find the current even though if the load changes. But in mesh analysis and nodal analysis and superposition, that is very difficult to find. Okay, again, new equations are required in mesh, nodal, and superposition theorem if the load resistance changes, but not here, not required. Just a simple equation: I is equal to VTH by RTH plus RL. The load resistance changes, these two are fixed. VTH and RTH is fixed. Okay, so then only this changes means, so by changing this resistance, simply it is possible to find the load current. Okay, 2 ohms, 4 ohms, 5 ohms, 6 ohms by placing here, so it is easily to get the current flow into the load resistance, and also voltage across the load, and also power consumed by the load, power absorbed by the load. So this is one of the greatest advantage of this Thevenin's theorem. And also, fortunately, with the help of this theorem, one can find the choice of load resistance RL that results in maximum power transfer to the load. On one other hand, the effort necessary to solve the problems using node or mesh analysis methods can be quite complex and tedious for computational point of view. Okay. So this is about Thevenin's theorem, and then go for one numeric disconnect the load. So this is called one simple circuit. Okay, by using find the current IL by using Thevenin's theorem. Okay, so disconnect the load. First step one is called disconnect the load. So this is the the circuit. Redraw the circuit. So plus minus same. Okay, it's called 1 ohm resistor, and here it's called 2 ohm resistor. Minute. This is called 2 ohm resistor. So between A and B, this is called A terminal and B terminal. A terminal and B terminal. This is called 20 volt resistors. Same. So disconnection is over. This is called disconnection. So open circuit. Okay. It's called open circuit. Open circuit terminal. Understood? So this voltage across the, so how to find the Thevenin's voltage is nothing but, so open first disconnect is over, and then okay, so open circuit na, this voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage VOC. Okay, open circuit voltage VOC, or also this voltage is nothing but VAB. Voltage between A and B terminals, na? Voltage between A and B terminals. Okay, so voltage between A and B terminals, so that's why it is called VAB. And this voltage is also called as VTH, Thevenin's voltage. Understood? This voltage is also called as Thevenin's voltage. Understood? Then under open circuit condition, what is the current here? So how to find the Thevenin's voltage? First, how to find the VTH? Open circuit, by open circuit here. So we have to find, so that voltage is called, this voltage is nothing but, so this VOC or VAB or VTH. This voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage is nothing but Thevenin's voltage. Understood? This voltage is nothing but Thevenin's voltage, and voltage between A and B terminals. Okay, here for the circuit, so what is the current here under open circuit condition? What is the resistance here? What is the resistance here? Infinity. Here in between terminals A and B, here the resistance is with no current flowing in under open circuit condition. What is the current here in this here? 0. Current flowing in the 2 ohm resistor is equal to 0. Understood? Current flowing through this side is equal to 0. Current flowing in this side is 2 ohm resistor is equal to 0. That's why. So what is the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor? What is the voltage drop across this 2 ohm resistor? Here voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor. V is equal to I into R. V is equal to 2 into 0. V is equal to I into R. Okay, I is equal to 0. 0 into 2. So that's why. What is the voltage drop across this 0? Okay, the voltage drop across this 0. That's why. Yeah, what is so the open circuit voltage is nothing but voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. That means the voltage across this 2 ohm resistor. Here voltage drop 0. Okay. So V is equal to I into R. This current 0. Then resistance 2 into 0. Then voltage drop 0. This voltage VTH is equal to voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. Okay. The VTH here, VTH is nothing but Thevenin's voltage, that is equal to voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. Understood? So here, so voltage across this 2 ohm resistor. Okay. So what is the voltage across this 2 ohm resistor? Okay. V 2 ohm resistor, that is equal to current I into current to flowing through the 2 ohm resistor into I into R 2 ohm. Understood? So this current in this direction. So this current into this color current flow into the 2 ohm resistor. Understood? This current into this resistance is nothing but the voltage across this 2 ohm resistor, that is equal to VTH. That is nothing but Thevenin's voltage. Understood? So what is the current flowing through the circuit in this? Okay, understood. The no current flowing in this direction under open circuit condition. This open circuit, no current flowing in this direction. So understood. So only current flowing in this direction only. So that is what is the current I 2 ohm. Current flowing through 2 ohm is nothing but V by R, 20 divided by how much? 1 plus 2. Okay. I is equal to V by R, 20 divided by 3. 20 divided by 3. How much? 6.66. So this much of current, 6.66 amps. Okay. This is the current. The current flowing in this direction. What is the voltage here? V2 ohm. That is equal to VTH. V is equal to I into R. Okay. 6.66 into 2. 2 minus 2. So what is the voltage? So how much? 13.33. 13.33 volts. This voltage is nothing but VTH, Thevenin's voltage. Understood? This is called Thevenin's voltage. Here VTH. This voltage is nothing but voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. Because of the voltage drop across the 2 ohm resistor is 0. Okay. Voltage across the 2 ohm resistor is equal to 0. That's why what is the voltage between A and B terminals is nothing but VTH. That is called open circuit voltage. That is equal to the voltage across the 2 ohm resistor. So the voltage across the 2 ohm resistor is nothing but 13.3. That is equal to VTH. So VTH is over. And then how to find RTH? Second, the Thevenin's resistance. That is called RTH. Thevenin's resistance. How to find the RTH here? Voltage by making like this. Voltage source are short circuit. So internal resistance of the voltage source is equal to 0. No? That's why. So voltage source is short circuit. And current source. Okay. Current source is open circuit. Internal resistance of Y means internal resistance of the current source is infinity. So like this, current source are open circuited, voltage source are short circuited. By doing like this, so we'll get the equivalent resistance between terminals A and B. So like this, redraw the circuit. Voltage source is short circuit. So this is called 1 ohm resistor. Okay, this is called 2 ohm resistor. So this is called 2 ohm resistor. Okay, this voltage source is short circuit. Am I right? Okay, this voltage source is short circuited. So like this. Here, what is the voltage across this short circuit? 0. Na? So it's short circuit. So here 1 ohm resistor and here 2 ohm resistor, and here what is the 2 ohm resistor, and here the resistance is nothing but A and B. Na? So this resistance is nothing but RAB, or this is also equal to the RTH. Okay, this resistance is nothing but Thevenin's resistance. Understood? So by using simple reduction techniques. So what is the resistance here? These two resistors are become parallel. So 2 divided by 3. Okay. So this RTH is equal to, so this 2 parallel and series with 2 ohm rest. Then RTH is equal to here 1 into 2 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 2 na? And then 2 divided by 3 plus 2. How much? 2.66. Am I right? 2.66. This is called 2.66 ohms. Understood? This is called RTH. This is called RTH. Understood? How to find the RTH? Okay. Internal resistance of the current source infinity. That's why open circuit. Internal resistance of the voltage source. Okay. Internal resistance of the voltage source 0. That's a short circuit. So in this way, VTH and RTH is over. Okay. VTH, RTH is completed. And then redraw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit here. Thevenin's equivalent circuit for this circuit. So what is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit? This is called a Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So I'll try to concentrate. Thevenin's equivalent circuit. What is the VTH here? Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Equivalent circuit. Here VTH and RTH. Okay. So this is called a Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So VTH how much? 13.33. Okay. This is called VTH. Then RTH how much? 2.66. Okay. 13.66 voltage plus minus here. So then in between, so A and B. So what is the connected load now? Between A and B? So one load is connected. What is that? What is the resistance of the load? 3 ohms. RL is equal to 3 ohms. RL is equal to 3 ohms. Okay. This is called a variable resistor. Okay. And then what is the current flowing through the load? This is called IL. Am I right? Current flowing to the load IL. Then IL is equal to V divided by R 13.33 divided by 2.66 RTH plus RL. So you will get how much here? 13.33 divided by 2.66 plus 3. So that 2.35. 2.35 amps. This is the current flowing to the load. If load resistance changes to, for example, 4 ohms. Okay, again this load resistance is changing 4 ohms. So what is the current? Load current IL is equal to 13.33 divided by 2.66 plus 4. Understood? So what is the current? 2.2, 2.2 amps here. Okay, this is called IL. So by changing the low resistance, okay, 3 ohms to 4 ohms, simply by placing the resistance here, 3 ohms here, 4 ohms, it is possible to find the current flowing into the load. Okay, so what is the voltage across the load? VL is equal to IL into RL. What is the voltage across the load? What is the voltage across the load? VL is equal to IL into RL. Am I right? And then you know IL, so 2.35 IL into RL. What is the RL? 3 ohms. Okay, 2.35 into 3, so much 7.05. So in this way, it is easy to find the load voltage. Okay, load voltage and load current and power also. Power is equal to IL square into RL. Power is equal to I square into RL. So IL, how much IL? 2.35 whole square into RL. much are 3. Okay, 2.35 square into how much 3, so that is equal to 16.56 watts. Understood? 16.56 watts. So like this, it by using Thevenin's theorems, it is possible to find the load voltages and load current and power across the load, power absorbed or power consumed by the load easily. Okay, this is one of the greatest use of the Thevenin's theorem. That means Thevenin's theorem is suitable for variable loads. Okay, here I found for load resistance, for load 3 ohm resistor, calculated VL and power PL. Okay, and also current IL. So similarly, all of you do this. For 4 ohm resistor, what is the load voltage and what is the power? Okay, do this. We'll discuss one more problem about Thevenin's theorem. You can easily understand the concept. It's completed. So try to consider. So this is one of the circuit. This is called one voltage source. Okay, plus minus, and so like this. Taking one current source like this manner. So like this. This is the circuit, and in between these two, one load is connected. Okay, so A and B. So like this, one load is connected. So in this between these two. Okay, so you have 20 volts. So 2 ohms. So 4 ohms, 6 ohms here, 8 ohms here. Take a 3 ohms here, 4 ohms here. This is called load resistance. Okay, this is called load resistance. Here, for example, 3 amps. This is the circuit. It's clear. So find the current flowing to the load. Find IL. Okay. So IL is equal to how much? For RL is equal to 2 ohms. This variable resistor, the load changes to 3 ohms, 2 ohms, 4 ohms, and 6 ohms. The low resistance changes like this manner. So find VL also. Find PL also. Power consumed by the load. So what is the VL here? What is the for this resistor? What is the VL? What is the resistor? What is the IL? What is the VL? What is the PL? Okay, for this resistors. Okay, like this. So how to find this? First, what is the first step? Disconnect the low resistor. Okay, disconnect this load. So first, what is that is called VTH? Na? How to find VTH? So first, VTH. How to find VTH? By disconnecting, simply by disconnecting this load. Am I right? Simply by disconnecting this load. So we have to find this voltage across this terminal. Understood? Then coming to here. So redraw the circuit. Redraw the circuit. All of you do this problem simultaneously. So here plus minus. So 2 ohms here, So what is the resistance here? 6 ohms here. What is the resistance here? 4 ohms here. Okay. Here 2 ohms. Here 4 ohms. 6 ohms. 20 volts. And then here 8 ohm resistor. And it's called current. So 3 amps. 8 ohm resistor. And in parallel with one 3 ohms resistor. And in series with one 4 ohm resistor and just open circuit. So like this. Here 3 ohm resistor, here 4 ohm resistor. Understand? This is called A and B. Disconnect the load. Then so is clear. Everyone, everything is clear. Everything is fine. 2 ohm, 6 ohm. Here 2 ohm. Okay, as it is 6, 4, 8, 3 amps, 3 ohm, 4 ohm. Just disconnect the load. Okay, this voltage is nothing but open circuit voltage or voltage between A and B, or this is also called as VTH, Thevenin's voltage. It's clear. And here, so it is open circuit. So what is the current here? Current here across the 4 ohm resistor, current 0 now. So that's why voltage drop is equal to 0. Voltage drop is equal to 0. Understood? The current here 0. That means voltage drop is equal to 0. So what is the voltage across the A and B terminal is nothing but voltage drop across the 3 ohm resistor is nothing but voltage across the 3 ohm resistor is nothing but voltage across the A and B terminals. Okay. So that's VTH is equal to, okay. Oh, VTH Thevenin's voltage is nothing but voltage across the 3 ohm resistor. Okay. Voltage across the 3 ohm resistor is nothing but across this terminal. So because of this voltage drop across the 4 ohm resistor is equal to 0. Understood? So that's why here voltage is nothing but what is the voltage across the 3 ohm resistor? This is called VTH. Here voltage is nothing but VTH. This voltage is equal to here voltage. This voltage is equal to this voltage across the 3 ohm resistor. Because of this current flow in this open circuit terminal is equal to 0. What is the voltage drop here? 4 ohm resistor 0. That's why there is no voltage drop here. So that's simply your open circuit voltage is nothing but voltage across the 3 ohm resistor. It's clear. So 3 ohm resistor, this 3 ohm resistor and this 8 amps, this connected in parallel. This is called one junction, one node. Okay, this is called one node. So let us assume this is called, let us assume this is called V1. Okay, so this is called V1 and this is called VTH. So use nodal analysis, find the VTH. By using nodal analysis, find the VTH. So V1 minus 20 divided by here. V1 minus 20 divided by this direction. V1 minus 20 divided by 2. And in this direction, V1 minus VTH. Here VTH both are same. V1 minus VTH. V1 minus VTH divided by V1 minus VTH divided by 4. And V1 by 6 is equal to 0. So this is the first equation. And similarly, find the equation at junction also. These both are same. Okay. This is called first equation. And the second equation, VTH. So what is the current in this direction? At this node. Okay. Here. So VTH minus V1 by by 4. So in this direction. Okay. VTH minus V1 divided by 4. And this current is entering it like this. No? That's why minus 3. Right. Take as it is minus 3. And here, what is the current? VTH divided by 3. So VTH divided by 3 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. Okay, by using 1 and 2, okay, by using this equation and the equation, find VTH. You know well how to find the equations. Solve these equations by using calculator, find VTH. Okay, and then so this way you'll get the VTH. Second one, so how to find RTH, Thevenin's resistance. Try to solve all of you by using calculators, find V1 and VTH. So there is no use of V1. Okay, V1 is not our main requirement is find the VTH, that is called open circuit voltage. Okay, VTH. Okay, so then how to find RTH? Okay, voltage source, short circuit, because of internal resistance of the voltage source is 0. Current source, open circuit. Okay, because of internal resistance of the current source is infinity. Understand? So like this. Do this like this. So here we draw the circuit by doing like this. Voltage source short circuit. Na? So voltage source short circuit. Here 2 ohm resistor. Okay, 6 ohm resistor. Here this voltage source is short circuit. Okay, here 2 ohm resistor. Here 6 ohm resistor. Okay, and here 4 ohm resistor. And then here 8 ohm resistor, but internal resistance of the current source infinity. That's why open circuit. Okay, understood. Here 2 ohm is over, 6 ohm is over, and 4 ohm is over, and 8 ohm is also over. Internal resistance of the current source is infinity. That's why it's open circuit. And then here 3 ohms resistor. So let's say. Okay, and then in series with 4 ohm resistor here. In series with one 4 ohm resistor. Here, what is the resistance here? 3 ohm. Here 4 ohm. Here 8 ohm. Okay, and then this is called a resistance between these two, A and B. So here RAB, the resistance between A and B terminals in the RAB, and this is also called as RTH. Thevenin's resistance is also called as Thevenin's. And here 2 and 6 are parallel. This 2 and 6 are, how to find the equivalent resistance? 2 and 6 are parallel. 2 and 6 parallel. So 2 into 6 divided by 2 plus 6. And in series, this 4 ohm resistor, series na, plus 4. And then the resultant of this, okay, is parallel with 3 ohm resistor. Understood? Understood. 2 and 6 are parallel, and this resultant in series with 4 ohm resistor. And there is no use of this 8 ohm resistor because of it is not connected to the network. Okay, it is one terminal is not connected in between terminals A and B. Okay, in between A and B terminals, so one terminal is not connected. Okay, one terminal is connected like this, and another terminal is placed in just air only. Okay, so that's why there is no use of this 8 ohm resistor, and in parallel with 3 ohm resistor, and then the resultant, okay, in series with 4 ohm resistor. So that is called RTH. So this way we will get VTH and RTH and draw the equivalent circuit. So all of you find the VTH here, VTH and RTH. Okay, here VTH. So by you doing this equation, so find VTH, and by solving this, so you will get RTH, and then place here load resistor. What is the load here? What is the load? RL. So this is called variable load resistor. So 2, 4, 6. Place 2 ohm resistor. Okay, find current, that is called current I is equal IL is equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Okay, find current for 2 ohm resistor. Similarly, for find 4 ohm resistor, find the current. Okay, and similarly 6 ohm resistor. Okay, find the current, and similarly find the voltage VL. VL is equal to power is equal. Voltage across the resistor VL is equal to IL into RL. VL is equal to IL into RL. Similarly, find VL, and then similarly find power is equal to IL square into RL. Okay, for 2 ohm resistor, for 4 ohm resistor, and 6 ohm resistor. Understood? So this is the Thevenin's theorem. It's clear, everyone. And then the remaining concept we will discuss in the next class.